Nicely done. And up next, I would want to work on our price input, which, like I already mentioned previously, is going to be input with a type of range. So let's navigate back to our filters. And I'm going to jump to the end of colors comments. And here, let's just say price, copy and paste, and of price. And then instead of the comments, I'm going to go with another form control, of course. And then instead of this form control, we'll set up a heading 5 of price. And then right after that, I'm going to set up a paragraph with a class of price. And in here, I would just want to display the price. So whatever is the current price that we have. And again, by default, it's going to be the max one. And it's going to be coming from the state. But remember, we're getting the price in cents. So it only makes sense if we run first the format price, our function that formats the price, and then pass in the price. So once we do that, we should see our max price, which of course is going to be our default value. And then here comes our input. So we go with input and then type will be range, like so. And then for the name, yes, it needs to be price, correct? Since that is the value in the state. Now I don't care about the ID. And then I'll go with my on change. And then every time we change our value, of course, I would want to run my update filters method, like so. And then 3 attributes that we would want to pass in: min, max, and the actual value. So min will be, of course, equal to my min value coming from the state. Then max, same thing. So max attribute is equal to my max price. And then the actual value will be equal to my price. So in here, let's write value is equal to the price. Now, again, one gotcha in a filter context is the fact that even though you would think, and by the way, in here it says min is not defined. Of course, it is because it should be min price. And gotcha is following that you would think that when you're getting the value from this input, it's going to be a number. And in fact, it is going to be a string. And that can haunt you later when we're actually filtering the product. So first, I'll show you how that works. Again, navigating to the big screen, we have our components, we have our reducer, and then inside of the filters, we should have the value. And notice how it is a number value. So this is a number, whether that is a min price or max price or the price. But when we're changing this value in our state, so when we're changing our input, the range input, you'll notice how this turns into a string. And that's not what we're looking for. So that's why in the filter context, again, we'll do one more if. So in the filter context, right after the color, again, I'm just going to say if name is equal to the price, then I would just want to format that value. And I'll say value is equal to a number, and I'll pass in the value. Again, this is just coming from the JavaScript, and I pass in my value. So that way, I'll always have it as a number because it's going to be much more useful later when I'm filtering my product. So again, I have my components. I'll refresh. I'll make sure that I have my filter one. And then inside of this reducer, I have the filters. And then every time I change this value, notice how that one stays as a number. And that's exactly what I wanted. Again, input range is not a React thing. It's a HTML element where we have 3 properties as far as setting up those values. We have min, max, as well as the actual value. And in our case, of course, we pass in the state value. And essentially by doing so, we set this up as a controlled input. So I have my on change, I have my value, which is equal to the price, and I have these 2 extra ones where I have min and max. So that should do it for the price. And I think we can set up our last one, I guess, because I'm not counting the clear filters, even though technically it is a functionality. But the last one, as far as the actual filters, will be free shipping checkbox.